Look at this. Everyone thought this gorilla would attack and hurt this white cat, but little did they know they'd become the closest of friends. The white cat even saved Gorilla's life. Once in a zoo surrounded by iron fences, there lived a gorilla named Kaisha. She had a carefree childhood. Her father was the backbone of the group. Her mother always held her close and warm, and she thought the good days would last forever. But tragedy struck without warning. A sudden illness took both of Kaisha's parents, and the shelter that had protected her was gone. Kaisha's world lost all its color, turning into a bleak and barren wasteland. She curled up in the corner all day, refusing to eat no matter how the keepers called out to her. Some said she had depression and needed medication, but nobody truly understood. Kaisha was simply waiting for a hug that would never come again. Just when everyone feared Kaisha would fade away like this, a stray white cat named Looney wandered into her life. Looney had a gentle and friendly nature, always rubbing up against people's legs, and through the care of several kind-hearted keepers. Two lonely souls found their first meeting surprised everyone. Looney showed no fear, and instead walked calmly toward Kaisha, snuggling right into her empty arms. That night, Kaisha held Looney so tightly, as if letting go for even a moment would cause this rare warmth to vanish into thin air. In just one short day, they had become an inseparable part of each other's lives. From then on, Kaisha and Looney were inseparable, sunbathing together on the grass, playing with all the toys everyone loved. Visitors would often see Kaisha carefully cradling Looney, sometimes even putting her on her back and carrying her around. But the peaceful days didn't last long. The zoo began receiving complaints from visitors. Some worried that Kaisha, being so large, might accidentally hurt Looney. Others felt that cross-species bonding wasn't good for Kaisha's reintegration. With her underculture from all sides, the zoo had no choice but to forcibly separate them. After the separation, Kaisha fell ill again. He stopped eating and drinking, growing weaker by the day, and was rushed to the medical center, even in his most delirious moments. Kaisha would repeatedly lift his heavy paw, pointing at the photo of Looney on the wall, and people understood what he meant, bringing Looney to his bedside. Looney looked at Kaisha, unsure what to do, meowing again and again, as if urging him to get better soon. Fortunately, with Looney by his side day and night, Kaisha's health recovered quickly. Time passed slowly, and Kaisha grew thinner, but one thing never changed. Looney was always by his side, leaning on each other, healing one another. Then, one morning, a caretaker noticed Looney's belly gradually swelling. After an examination, it was confirmed she was pregnant. From that day on, Kaisha became Looney's most devoted guardian. When Looney was hungry, he would always be the first to bring the tastiest food to her. When Looney rested, he would stay right by her side without moving an inch, constantly protecting her and the little life growing inside her. And sometimes he would hold her in his arms, clumsily helping to groom her fur. On a sunny afternoon, Looney safely gave birth to a tiny kitten. Kaisha retreated to a far corner, quietly watching the mother and child, his eyes full of joy, yet hiding a trace of unease. Now that she had her own child, would she still need him? A few days later, Looney carefully and gently carried the tiniest kitten over and placed it softly in front of Kaisha. Kaisha froze, unable to believe what was happening before his eyes. He stretched out his paws, once feared as dangerous by so many, trembling as he cradled that tiny little sound, and for the first time bore a trust so pure, so utterly unconditional. Just like that, Kaisha became the most extraordinary super in the zoo. The little one clumsily tumbled through his thick fur, as if exploring a warm and gentle mountain range. At this, the village elders say to witness such warmth across species is truly rare. Cherish it, for 2026 will bring both more beauty and more chaos. Seeing this scene, many called their story a miracle across species, but the truth was always simple. Just two souls lost in their own wilderness, reaching out with the gentlest touch to confirm each other's existence. A lonely gorilla once swallowed by solitude, and a tiny little cat exchanged love and protection through the softest of forces. Life is much the same. We spend our whole lives searching for warmth and connection. Everyone has their own deep, dark moments, times when we struggle alone. But if you're willing to open your heart and keep going, you will always find a light that belongs to you, coming just for you to heal you. May all the lonely souls in this world find their way home, and may all gentleness find its echo